Good morning, everyone. My name is Parker Nirenstein. This is Vehicle Virgins, and I've just been given word that the brand new 2018 Aston Martin Vantage has made an appearance at the local Aston Martin dealership. So I'm gonna head over there and we're gonna take a look at the brand new car. Headed into Beverly Hills right now to the dealership. I am incredibly excited to see this car. When I got sent pictures and saw the reveal of the new Vantage, I was absolutely blown away. This is so much better looking than the previous generation, which is hard to do. That was such a gorgeous car. It's better looking than the more expensive older brother, the DB11 as well. Honestly, I think this car is going to fly off the shelves, especially with the new powertrain and transmission. Before we get there, I want to tell you that tomorrow at noon, an extremely exciting video is coming. So make sure to put it in the calendar. I am buying Becca a new car. That's right. A little hint, it has a V12. That's all I'm gonna say tomorrow. Ridiculous, awesome, heartwarming video. Time to see the Vantage. That is sexy right there. E63 wagon. The cars in Beverly Hills, guys, it's unbelievable. There's two other places in the world that have cars like this. Miami and Monaco, and that's about it. The number of Rolls Royces, Ferraris, it's a Wednesday, and everybody is out and about in their supercars. There it is. All right, guys, behind me is the all-new 2018 Aston Martin Vantage. So in 2005, when this car was unveiled, it was gorgeous, it sounded great, it was reasonably priced. But fast forward to 2017, it was getting a little bit dated. They've now released the completely new redesigned, new chassis, new body panels, new engine, new drivetrain Vantage, and it is absolutely stunning. So we're gonna go over the exterior and the interior, get a startup clip of the car, and talk about what makes this new car so special. If you notice the front end, it's very much inspired by the Aston Martin DB10 that was in the James Bond movie Spectre. It also has some styling cues in the front grille area from the Aston Martin Vulcan, one of the coolest cars they had ever made, and putting it in a vehicle that starts at $150,000 is very, very special. We have all new headlights, pretty small actually, similar design cues as the DB11. Got these individual little light bars here. Super, super muscular hood. We'll go over the engine data in a little bit. Come around to the side, we've got two different wheel options, three different finishes in each. These are the sportier, more lightweight wheels. We have this vent here finished in actual metal. It's laser cut. This is one of my favorite parts of the car. Carbon fiber everywhere. And unfortunately, we can't see it too well because it's in the corner, but the rear end of the new Vantage is absolutely the best part of the car. The taillights, it's a 5-piece taillight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, integrates super well into the rear spoiler. We have Aston Martin written here. Check out how aggressive this rear diffuser is. Finished in body paint here, carbon fiber, and the actual exhaust isn't a fake tip. This is the real metal exhaust. One of the only components, and I believe the only component that's shared from this car and the old one, is the door handles. Go ahead and open that up. Got a lovely Vantage sill here. Now there's two different seat options. These are the Sport Plus seats. They're a little bit more aggressive, cooler design. We also have the normal seats as well, but I don't think you want those. Then there is a bunch of steering wheel options. This is the Sport Plus steering wheel. It's got more of a flat bottom. You can even get this and this in carbon fiber as you want. There are 30 different standard color options for the new Vantage, and then with Q, you've got a range of others as well. This is called Lime Essence. Obviously, it's a pretty aggressive, shouty color. I personally like it. I'm sure others might disagree with me, but I think it's cool that Aston Martin is really trying to come out with aggressive looking wild cars. This is just the base Vantage. This is the brand new car, and it already looks like this is the final edition of this new platform with the aggressive rear diffuser as well as the front. Absolutely epic. Now let's go into the interior. You notice there are a lot of controls similar to Mercedes-Benz, and that is because they have partnered together both with the engine and a lot of the interior electronics. Close the door here, nice leather handle. This, you'll notice, very similar to something like the Mercedes AMG GT. In fact, this car reminds me a lot of that car. Exact same engine. We have a 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 like in the AMG GT. This is just, honestly, a prettier, better sounding version of that. A little bit more expensive. We'll go over the actual horsepower specs when we pop the hood, but if you're looking at an AMG GT, you got a little bit of extra budget to spend, this is an awesome option. And also, they are offering this in about a year or so in a manual transmission. Obviously, you cannot get an AMG GT in a manual. We've got steering wheel mounted paddles here, 8-speed ZF automatic transmission, which is a fantastic improvement from the old generation. The ZF shifts incredibly fast. Full digital instrument cluster here. We've got an 8-inch LCD screen. Mercedes electronics come down here to the climate control. We've got a ton of different buttons. It's honestly a little bit confusing. Menu, AC, controls here. Then we've also got buttons, park, reverse. When you click your foot on the brake, the start-stop button illuminates in red, neutral, drive, some navigation options, and this typical spin control like on your Mercedes. Now the seats, instead of being controlled down here by your leg or up on the door, they've put it to the right in the center console. I really like that. Bunch of controls here. What is nice is the interior is incredibly spacious in the new Vantage. We also have a ton of space behind the seats here and 12.4 cubic feet of storage in the rear trunk. Let's go ahead and pop that, check that out. Window controls on the door here. This is how you adjust the mirrors. Rear trunk. Questionably shaped door handle. Have this beautiful integrated rear ducktail spoiler. Lift that up. Plenty of room. You can even get Aston Martin luggage if you want to spend an absurd amount of extra money for that, but actually quite the practical car. I really like how well the trunk integrates itself into the design of the car. You almost can't tell that it has a trunk whatsoever. So interestingly enough, I was going to pop the hood, but the engine latch isn't in the driver's footwell, it's actually in the passenger's, so let's go over there. I love the way the doors open up at a slight angle. Keeps the Aston Martin unique. There we go. Here is the all-new 4-liter twin turbocharged AMG sourced engine. Same thing in the AMG GT, also the E63, that makes 503 horsepower and 505 pound-feet of torque. Check out some of the aerodynamic and airflow features of this car. So the massive front grille feeds air in through here, then goes up and into this intake, and then feeds the turbochargers mounted at the rear. You also have a slew of carbon fiber options available. This one does not have that. Currently, as spec, this is $208,000, starting at $150K. Obviously, you can go wild with options, but playing around with the configurator, I'll show you that in a bit, you can spec one out pretty nicely for about 180 grand. Presentation of the engine is a little bit more elegant than on the AMG. Not quite as beautiful as you're used to on Aston Martins, but I'm sure with the carbon fiber finishing both up there and down there, it looks quite a bit better. The chassis of the new Vantage is actually based on the DB11, which we have right here, except it's 4 inches shorter. This also features an Aston Martin first electronically controlled limited slip rear differential. I've seen videos, this thing can drift exceptionally well, and with a manual transmission and that e-diff, that's gonna be a fun car to drive. Let's go over some of the options in the configurator. There are, of course, different color options for the front grille. Then you can get a styling package that adds some coloration right there, like the Vulcan and like the Vantage GT. Different color wheel options, obviously 30 to 40 different color options for the actual car. Carbon fiber roof, or you can get it in body color or gloss black. And then after that, I think we'll have to start it up. Here we have the configurator open, the slew of different colors here. Currently, we are on the Q palette. This is Zephyr Blue, absolutely gorgeous. Then I really like this Cosmos orange color. If that will load, that is stunning. Then let's go to interior materials. Actually, go back to exterior, show off the wheel options. So here are the different wheel styles. We have these diamond turned wheels with Y spokes in 3 different finishes. And then we also have these 20-inch forged wheels, which I actually prefer. Let's head on to the interior seat type. There's those two different seat options, the sport seats, which I'll show you, a little bit more basic, probably a bit more comfortable, and then Sport Plus. The level of customization is absolutely absurd. Headliners, cabin carpet, boot carpet, floor mats, seat belts, steering wheels, audio system. You can pretty much customize whatever you want. The interesting thing is Aston Martin wanted to make this simpler to customize than the DB11, but it appears there are still a wide variety of options that you can choose. Check out this carbon fiber steering wheel option. I love that. Here are the different trim inlay options. This is the Lime Essence, like the exterior color on the car I just showed you. I'm not sure about that for the interior. Carbon fiber looks nice. Here you can take a better look at the rear of the car with that menacing rear diffuser, carbon fiber, nice offset color there. So beautiful. I have in my hand the key to the new car, although this is the valet key. The actual one is a lot prettier. It has crystal at the top and is worth a lot of money. Deliveries for these are gonna start in the summer of 2018. I can't wait till that happens, seeing these on the road. They're absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure Aston sales are gonna go through the roof with this car because of the value, the design, the power, and because it's an AMG engine, it's easy to turn up the boost. It's only producing 503, not only, but on low boost, a tune on this thing will make it a heck of a lot faster than the availability of a manual transmission and those Aston Martin Vulcan DB10-esque looks. That's a recipe for success. And the new interior is gorgeous as well. Let's go ahead and hop in that again. Before we turn the car on fully, we'll just click this button to turn on accessory power. Car actually just flashed DB11 on the screen. This isn't a fully production model, so they're gonna have to fix that because obviously it's not a DB11. Here is the fully digital instrument cluster. We've got temperature as well as how much gas you have left there, then speedo and tachometer here. Down here we have adjustability for the lights. Borrowed stocks from Mercedes, of course. Here's how you can switch the suspension setting. There's 3 different settings. There's Sport, Sport Plus, and Track. There's no longer a comfort mode. Here's Sport here, and the lovely paddles. Volume control there. Go ahead and turn it on. Illuminates in red. That's awesome. The car has an optional full 360-degree surround view camera. Check that out. Very helpful in a supercar. Not a lot of vehicles like this have them, but you don't want to damage your brand new expensive Aston. There you can see the difference between Sport, Sport Plus, and Track modes. Normal, Sport Plus, give it a tiny rev. Clip from the rear. Wow. Unbelievable. We've got the car pulled forward and now I can go over some of the incredible aspects and just show you what the rear of this new Vantage looks like. This is absolutely the best angle on the car. It's menacing, it's impressive, it's beautiful all at the same time. I love how the brake lights and tail lights integrate into that ducktail spoiler. And this is one of the most aggressive rear diffusers I have ever seen on a production car. And this is just the base Vantage. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Well, that was fantastic checking out the new Vantage. We've got some gorgeous Astons and Lamborghinis outside. Now we're gonna head all the way to the Bay Area to visit family for Thanksgiving. Back at the old apartment, I think this is a perfect time to end the vlog as I'm about to hop on a plane to go visit family. I am in love with the new Aston Martin Vantage. I hope you guys enjoy it as well. The code for the day on LikeGravity.com is Vantage. right there. Let me know what your favorite feature of the Vantage is. Post a picture on likegravity.com of the angle that you like the most of the car. I'm curious what you guys think. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.